Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As I always say, when you have the Ukrainians reporting Russian losses, right, divided by 3. When the Ukrainians are reporting Ukrainian successes, divided by 3. All right, that's how usually it is. Why? As well, if the Ukrainians are reporting the Russian successes, multiply it by 3. So they say, well, let's say the Ukrainians say the Russians advanced 1 mile. Well, probably they advanced 3. And when they say, well, we killed 3 Russians, probably they killed 1. So you go by 3. That's my direct experience with these weasels. The same is for everybody else. I'm just pointing out the Ukrainians just because the article is about Miss Maliar, right? She's going to give us some very bleak news from Donetsk, right? Donetsk region. And Donetsk region, where it seems like the Russians are advancing rapidly in Soledar. And if that comes from the Ukrainians and you multiply that by 3 because it's a Russian achievement, that means the Ukrainians are really moving back and the Russians are really galloping in their advancement. All right, no evidence, just experience, okay, and a pattern from the past. So this article comes from Ukrinform, which is obviously a Ukrainian media outlet, and it is from today, the 8th of January 2023. And here is the title: Maliar about situation in Donetsk region. And I'm quoting Maliar. It is very difficult in Soledar. That's what she said. Well, this is the person. Don't see anything. Anyway, me neither. Next time, when I get better. Now, here we have it. In the east of Ukraine, Russian troops have focused considerable efforts in order to reach the borders of Donetsk region. Deputy Minister of Defense Hanna Maliar reported this on Telegram, according to Ukrinform. And I'm quoting her. In the east, the situation is difficult. What about the west? What about north? The east is obviously anyway. In some areas of Donetsk region, we are moving forward little by little, step by step. Now divided by 3, something like that, okay? Now, whereas in some areas the enemy is advancing, that means advancing. And reality is multiplied by 3, because the Ukrainians say. Not only the regular army is advancing, but also private ones. Wagner. Richard, said Maliar. According to her, the enemy has focused considerable efforts in order to reach the borders of Donetsk region, or, at least for propaganda purposes, to capture at least 1 settlement. Well, baby doll, I got news for you, and you think we don't know, but we know shit. We know what Soledar has and what Bakhmut has underneath. Remember those salt mines? Yeah, okay. I just found out, I think it was today, earlier this morning, that you guys over there have underground cities where you can put tanks, you can have troops, and you can have there's about 100 miles of tunnels underneath the ground, between 80 and 100 meters deep. So that's 240 feet and 300 feet deep. How about that, baby doll? That's what Mr. Prigozhin from Wagner Group wants. Also wants the mines for this and mines for that and all that. So the little town that you say here, 1 settlement, is not really a settlement. Enough BS here. We're not your tards. Tards are on the other side over there. So let's see. According to her, a large part of Ukrainian armies consist of mobilized citizens, that is, non-professional military personnel. Why is that, baby doll? Anyway, so to capture at least one settlement, yeah, that at least one settlement. Now it is very difficult in Soledar, end quote. Maliar stressed. And I said, according to her, a large part of Ukrainian army consists of mobilized citizens, that is, non-professional military personnel. Sorry to hear that. What can I do? You can talk to the Russians. Ask your guys over there. But then the profits are going to be slashed and stopped. And I'm quoting, as we, as a morally mature society, must understand that civilians have been facing an extremely difficult both moral and physical test by the military realities of war. That's true. All people are different. Oh my, be careful. Therefore, they pass tests in different ways. True. But all this is for the sake of our common high goal, to preserve the Ukrainian state and win. End quote, she said. I have doubts, sincere doubts, that you will succeed in doing that by continuing what you've been doing. I really have doubts that you will be able to secure, preserve the Ukrainian state as it is. Or anyway, I think you just get yourself deeper and deeper and deeper in a non-state solution, let's put it that way. Unfortunately, and I don't really care, to be honest with you, no, I don't really care, to be straight, about Zelensky, Zhmyhal, Reznikov, Yermak, and the other guys over there who, I don't care about those, because those guys are probably millionaires at this point, and they've been for some time. And they will, they'll have a good life, regardless of what happens in Ukraine. They will end up in London, or they will end up in the United States of America, or in Israel. All right? So they will not be with the rest of the Ukrainian population that will start over, because these guys screwed them up, as they did. No. And why do I say that? The war was not necessary. The war could have been prevented by your leaders, the ones that you right now are your spokeswoman. Okay? That's what bothers me. So you're not going to preserve anything. What, do you think you're going to beat the Russians? I mean, are you crazy? Yeah. Why? Because that tells me that rationality doesn't play a role here. There are other interests. How do you think you're going to win again? You're going to push Russia to Vladivostok? What do you think you're going to do? Are you crazy? I mean, you do this as a check mark, by other gave you the list. As I said, if you don't have Putin and at least 30 more people at the top, the very top of the Russian leadership, somehow disappear and put your weasels over there, even like that, I don't think you will succeed in winning anything that you think, how you envision victory against Russia. I tell you why. A person can be poor, talking about material stuff, financially, but that doesn't mean he's going to be poor in his heart and in conscience. So you can, enslave the Russians. You can, how should I put it, get them, get their properties, their money, their culture, civilization, try to destroy that. You will just anger them more. Why? Because these guys, the victors, they will write the history in such a way that the Russians will forever feel ashamed of being. Understand that? That's at least 140 million people. All of them, thinking that way, but it's going to be a big chunk. Remember how the Germans felt after the First World War. Remember that one? Are you familiar with that? The stab in the back and all that. Remember when it was the armistice, right? Germany, none of Germany's territory was invaded. When I say Germany lost the war, It didn't start the war. Why is Germany the one who lost the war? When Austria-Hungary started the war with Serbia. What's going on here? If you ask any pupil, student, tard, or adult who lost the First World War, they're going to tell you Germany. They don't know anything about Turkey. They don't know anything about Romania, the Balkans, the Soviets. No, Germany. Why is that? Okay, and after that, what happened to Germany? They kneeled Germany, bent it over, and did what they did for some. They did that beautiful Weimar Republic, which was a perversion of kind of like we're going to have here. They want to build a new Weimar here anyway. And then what? They went to that hyper super impossible inflation. They were considered this, they were considered that. Their territory were given to the weasels around them. All the weasels around got territories from Germany. So you destroyed them. Okay, and then what happened? You imposed all the taxes, all the money. You can't build this, you can't have this, you can't have this. No, that industry, no. And what happened? A guy came over and said, you know what? I'm going to rectify that. And he's got the proper soil. So he just got his little seeds, tossed them around, pee a little bit on the seeds, and what happened? You know what happened after that. So that was with Germany then, which I can't remember how many million it was. 40 million? I can't remember the population of Germany then. These guys are 145 million. And have nuclear weapons. If a few generals just, I don't know, don't have a hard-on one morning and too much vodka, they can do shit. Really big shit. Anyway, you talk with children. They think they have things under control. They think, oh, there's some smart people over there. No! The smart people are right in front of you. And they're not smart. Anyway, as earlier reported, from February 24, 2022 to January 8, 2023, the armed forces of Ukraine eliminated about 111,000 people, Russian invaders, including 430 soldiers over the past day. Keep going. They still have, if they want, at least 30 million. You killed 111,000. And the Russians have potential of at least 30 million people if they start a general, how do you call it? No, I can't remember. When you get people to mobilization, Jesus Christ, a general mobilization, at least 30 million. What are you talking about? They say they have at least 7,000 nuclear weapons. What are you talking about? This is talk for ignorance. They can't even think the minimum of the minimum, the bare minimum. But hey, the things are bad over there. We're advancing, and we're going to win, and we're going to settle things. We're going to protect our country, and in the meantime, you die as well, your people. Are you part of the crime? Are you responsible? No? Okay. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.